What's going on today, guys? It's your boy Troy. So today I'm at Toyota in St. Joseph, Missouri doing a vehicle review over a 2019 Toyota RAV4. If you're not familiar with the Toyota RAV4, it's been around since 1999 and you can't go wrong with the new and approved 2019 Toyota RAV4. So from 2018 to 2019, they've done a facelift. They've added more safety features like you have blind spot detection, lane detection, you have your stability cruise where it follows the car in front of you. If the car in front of you brakes, your car brakes. It also has your blind spot detection in the mirrors. This car is rated 7 out of 7 on Edmunds and number 7 on small SUVs on your Edmunds website. The 2019 Toyota RAV4 comes with a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder motor producing 203 horsepower, 184 foot-pounds of torque. Now this one right behind me is your XLE hybrid, so it has 219 horsepower, gets 41 miles per gallon in the city, 38 miles per gallon on the highway, which is exceptional for an SUV, especially a hybrid SUV. Now this particular one is front-wheel drive. They come in two options. You get front-wheel drive or you get all-wheel drive. They have a 8-speed automatic transmission or 6-speed manual transmission. This one has an 8-speed automatic transmission. There's 5 trim levels when it comes to your Toyota RAV4. So you have your LE, which starts off at $25,000. You have your XLE, which starts off at $27,000. Your XLE Premium starts out at $29,000. And your XLE Hybrid, like this one, is $33,000. Then you have your 4th model, which is your Adventure model. Starts off at $33,000. And your Limited starts off at $34,000. This one is very exceptional for what it is. It's a great SUV. You have everything you would want when it comes to an SUV. You have room for the family. You get great fuel economy. You can't beat 41 miles per gallon in the town. You get right around to 1,500 to 3,000 pounds of towing capacity. Has a 14.5 gallon tank. Seats 5 people comfortably. The hybrid goes 0 to 60 in 7.8 seconds. That's not horrible for an SUV, but for what you're getting, it's great. This car has a lot of get up and go, which we'll see it whenever we go for a test drive. They weigh in right around 3,300 pounds. Some of the cool features is you have like folding mirrors, electric folding mirrors. You have blind spot detection. Both trim levels have the power folding mirrors and blind spot detection integrated into the mirrors. The XLE has heated mirrors, power tilt sliding sunroof. Also comes with these 5-spoke black alloy wheels. A lot of the new features that have come out since 2019 is your adaptive cruise control, your lane keeping assist, forward collision monitoring, along with your auto braking. These also come with a rear backup camera, have 40/60 split folding second row seats, tilt telescoping wheels. This thing has everything. Apple CarPlay. Every 2019 Toyota RAV4 has a 7-inch touchscreen radio with Apple CarPlay. Apple CarPlay is a big thing when it comes to your Toyotas, and it works really well. All your RAV4s come with a 6-speaker sound system and 1 USB port, but if you upgrade, like your XLE, like this one, has 5 USB ports, 17-inch wheels, dual climate control, keyless entry, sunroof, heated mirrors, push start, auto headlights. You can get a better radio, which is your 11-speaker JBL in your Premium or Limited Toyota RAV4. You also get a little bigger radio when you go to your Limited model. You get an 8-inch instead of your 7.7-inch. You can get a panoramic sunroof, heated steering wheel, all sorts of options. So the front of the 2019 RAV4 looks extraordinary. It's really beefy looking. These are wide angles, straight cuts, makes it look really great. You also have halogen headlights. You have nice, beautiful running lights. Your headlights look... The inside of the RAV4 looks extraordinarily futuristic. It really looks really beautiful compared to your older RAV4s. So this RAV4 is wrapped in all this leather seats, beautiful leather seats. I love the blue stitching. You have steering wheel controls right here. So you have your cruise controls on your right, your controls on your left that control your instrument panel. You have a beautiful looking instrument panel. Since this is a hybrid RAV4, on the left side it tells you when you're charging the battery, when you're using the battery. Also tells you when you're using, whenever you hit power is when your motor will kick in. You have your headlights, auto headlights. You have your windshield wipers on the right. You have your buttons right here on your steering wheel for your adaptive cruise along with your lane assist. You can change the track of your radio right here. On the left side you have your automatic fog lights. You have your windshield wipers. The only thing I dislike about the RAV4 is they put your switch to open your fuel tank right next to your switch to open your hood. So if you're not paying attention, you could accidentally open your hood, and that's the only downfall. You really have to pay attention. Would have been nice if they would have moved it a little somewhere different. Now your AC controls look really awesome. They have a little rubber around your AC controls that turn it up and down, also turn your heat up and down, and it feels really good that they're rubber, they're not plastic. Should last longer than the car. Then down here you have your traction control right next to your heated seat buttons. Then over here you have your shifter, you have your mode select. So you have eco mode, sport mode, and another hybrid mode. One of the cool things up here on your radio is you have your front defrost, rear defrost. Well, then you have a eco heated cool mode. So pretty much what that means is whenever you're in your eco heated and cool mode, or say you're on eco cool mode, it's going to try to not run so hard so you use more fuel. It's to help the environment. Then down here you have two nice exceptional looking cup holders. Up here you have a cigarette lighter, one USB lighter, and an auxiliary port in. In here you have two more auxiliary ports right inside your center console, and it's exceptionally big for what it is. Up here you have your open and close for your sunroof, and then it has one really cool feature. It has a SOS. So it's got a little clear cover. It's, you know, in case of an emergency, you hit it. The only thing that's crazy is the clear cover goes over the SOS. I was watching a video the other day, and I honestly would have figured the same thing. They should have put that clear cover over your hood, the hood latch, not over your SOS. But I understand the reasoning. Up here you have the lights for your doors whenever they open, along with your dome light switches. Then you have garage door openers. Now that I turn the RAV4 on, the instrument panel looks really futuristic. Like I said, you have your battery controls pretty much on your left because this is a hybrid. So you have, it shows when you're charging, when you're in eco, and when you're using power, which is when you're using your battery or when you're using your motor. Then on the right you have your fuel gauge, and then you have your engine temp on the bottom. Then right in the center you have a nice big display of your speedometer, along with, it even tells you when your seat belts are not on in the rear. So if your kids are not wearing your seatbelt, it's going to tell you. The light will turn on, and whenever they put their seatbelt on, the light will turn off. Has a lot of different options on the steering wheel or on your display. You can scroll through and look at all the different options that it comes with, like your tire pressure sensor, engine life, trip, your radio controls, all the necessities that you would need. The radio on this looks really great. So you can connect your phone to it, it's Bluetooth. You can listen to XM radio. You can also stream from your phone to the screen in your car for, say, a movie or whatnot. You have navigation, you have all your audio controls, tracks, phone apps, the works. So it's really great. One feature I really like about this is on the dash, there's not really any blue, except for this little stitch that goes across the dash, and it runs all the way down the car, down the doors. It's really great. It like makes it pop. It doesn't look so dull in here. Same with these seats. The blue on these seats makes it pop. This black and blue combination looks great. Matches your speedometer. Now we'll hop in the back seat and I'll show you the room in the back seat. Now let's talk about the back seat of this RAV4. So this back seat is very roomy. I'm 5'8", 240 pounds. I'm a fat guy, and this is a comfortable feeling back seat. It's probably the most comfortablest back seat that I've sat in a long time. I'd have no problems going on road trips with friends, family, in a vehicle like this. You have an exceptional amount of headroom. Of course, I'm sitting up. You have 2 vents down here. One crazy thing is there's only one spot to put stuff behind the seat, and it's in the passenger seat. You figured they'd put them in both, but you know, Toyota, they got to make things different and unique. Down here you have 2 more USB ports to charge your phones. They're 2.1 amp USB ports, so they're pretty fast charging. You have your window controls on each door. You have speakers in each door. The seats are really comfortable. You know, they don't feel like they're real cheap. You also have a folding down center for 2 more drink holders. Now the back of the RAV4 has an exceptional amount of room to store luggage, just to store your everyday needs that you would need it for. It also has a nice sunshade that pulls right out, clips in, very, very easy, along with taking it back out. You have a lot of room back here. This lifts up. You have a spare tire. You also have a storage compartment right over here and a 12-volt outlet so you can charge your phone or charge anything you would need in the back. On the door, you can either press the button. This has an electric closing door, so you can press the button and it'll close. Now some people get crazy and want to pull your door all the way down, and that could damage your motors. So the cool thing that Toyota did is whenever you pull down on the door, it beeps and it'll automatically close for you. Now the back of this RAV4 looks very, very interesting. So your brake lights are only on the left and only on your right side. So regulation says you can't have brake lights on anything moving. So with that being said, they only put your brake lights here, and your running lights run right in here. Your reverse lights, your blinkers. You also have a backup camera, windshield wiper, third brake light, and your button to open it is right down here. Before I take this 2019 RAV4 for a test drive, I just want to remind you guys that I'm raising money in the whole month of October for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Breast cancer takes lives, so there's over 200,000 cases of breast cancer every year. So to try to help support it, I've had these pink T-Roy shirts made up with also some other companies that I've included on them. So I'm selling shirts $20 a piece to donate to the Breast Cancer Awareness Foundation that I've chosen. If you're interested, just comment down below. I'd also like to give a special shout out to Rolling Hills Toyota for letting me borrow this 2019 RAV4 and do a vehicle review over it. If you guys would like to see anything else, please comment down below what else you would like to see. Now let's take this thing for a test drive, see how she drives. Okay, now let's take this 2019 RAV4 for a ride. First you need a seatbelt because safety is always first. The gauge cluster on this car is really futuristic looking, and I really like the designs of it. Your electronic speedometer in the center just looks really good, and it makes it feel a lot sportier. The radio is a nice little touch. The 7.7-inch display tells you when you're using battery, when you're charging the battery. Also tells you when you're using your engine. So it's help with fuel economy. The braking is not too bad. It's a little touchy, but it really isn't that bad. I'd give braking probably a 7 out of 10. Your acceleration, I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10. Now, this is only 219 horsepower, but it does move right along really well, especially when you're in town. It's not no Ferrari, it's not no Lamborghini where you're gonna punch the gas and you're gonna fly down the road. You do hear a little bit of road noise, but not a whole lot of road noise. It runs exceptionally well. The suspension on this, it really isn't too bad. It's comfortable. The seats are comfortable. I'd have no problem taking this vehicle on a road trip or a long drive. Anytime, this vehicle is really comfortable. The braking is really phenomenal. The interior of this RAV4 is very nice, futuristic looking. It's really up to date. Another cool little feature is right on the speedometer, or right on your gauge cluster, it tells you what the speed limit is. So right now I'm in a 35 mile an hour zone, and it tells you you're in a 35 mile an hour zone. So you should never have to worry about a speeding ticket. You should always know the speed limit. It's probably the coolest feature I've ever seen on a SUV. Now, overall on this test drive, this RAV4 runs exceptionally very good. I would rate this car on my Troy scale. I'd rate it probably a 7 out of 10 when it comes to your SUVs. Now, that sounds like a low score, but it's really not. This is a great SUV. I would personally buy this SUV. I just look at other features when it comes to an SUV. So this is exceptionally very well. The drivetrain is wonderful. It drives smooth, runs smooth, shifts great, brakes even better. This is probably one of my top SUVs. Now, like I said, this SUV is for sale here at Rolling Hills Toyota in St. Joseph, Missouri for $38,000. If you're interested in it, just send them a call. I'll put a link in the description below for this SUV if you're interested, and we'll get you hooked up. Now, that's going to be it on this video. So please make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe. Stay tuned for the next one.